Hello, this is the Radio Geek. Today I thought I'd show you my little Radioshack portable AM/FM shortwave radio. It's the model 2000669. It covers the AM band from 530 to 1710 kilohertz, FM band from 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz, and the shortwave band from 2.3 to 26.1 megahertz. It runs off of two AAA batteries. As you can see, it has a nice big display on it. On the front you have some buttons here. You got a power button, the band button to change the bands. This one is for going up and down on the memory and the tuning. It has a scan for scanning for activities on a particular band, and this one is for programming the memories and for setting the clock, the time. It's got a really nice big display, easy to read. It is backlit as well. I don't know how well you can see that in the daytime, but it is backlit. It comes with the carrying strap that you can put on if you choose. On this side of the radio, you just have the volume control up at the top and a lock button down here. If you put the lock on, then the buttons are deactivated. So if you're going to travel with it or put it in your backpack, you could put that in the lock position and then it wouldn't accidentally get turned on and drain your battery. So that's kind of a nice feature. On the other side of the radio, there's nothing. And at the very top, you just have your antenna and your headphone jack. And FM radio is in stereo with the headphones. And then there's just the battery compartment here in the back. It has some other nice features. It has a sleep timer. And so basically, if you hold the power button in, you'll see the time come on for sleep, and then you can keep pushing that power button to select the how long the radio will remain on before it turns itself off. I'll show you that here. There's 90, and you can keep going down in 10-minute increments, and then you can just shut off the sleep timer altogether, and the radio will stay on indefinitely until the batteries run out. So let's give it a little band scan here. We'll start off here with let's see. Let's do the AM band here. We'll just push the scan button and we'll find stations for us. It's not really super loud, but it's just a little portable radio, so not a whole lot of volume out of it, but plenty for personal listening. It's not going to fill up a room or anything.
In your vehicle sooner. We have 3 locations: Hudsonville, Holland, and
no purchase necessary. Sale ends February 28th.
This is Michael David from Seattle. Discharge his weapon. We brought him back to work.
And then if you find a station that you want to put into memory, you just hit this program button here, hold it in, and then hit it again, and it stores it in that location for number 5.
Under cloudy skies, relative humidity is 65%. Wind.
And we want to see what the response of our government is to family.
And WYGR.com. Try to help him through this, and now he comes to this oddly
And the band just wraps itself around when it gets to the end.
All inclusive, yeah, it was great here at that Finn Swindle Bar. And what are your former...
And people are divided on their tradition of dibs.
And just kind of like show the neighborhood that we hate this. And I've had people over the past couple of nights, and they've had to park on Western because of the dib situation.
The practice is illegal, but people have been doing it for decades. Even the mayor defended the tradition, saying he believes in sweat equity. Your money, sports, traffic, and weather next on WGN.
All right. I've been waiting on him cold, freezing my toes off. Next flight.
It does a pretty decent job here on the AM band. Let's see what we got. We'll try FM here.
Wanted to be Tiger Woods. Now they all think they can beat Tiger Woods.
Collaboration, enabling information sharing. It doesn't sound like an order, it sounds like an ask. What's happening?
People are not surprised. They say,
Here, I'll show you the memories here. Let's see, I think I've got some stored on the AM band. So basically you just hit the program timer button here, and then you can go down here to the different channels that you have stored, and it just goes up and down your memory bands. And then if you want to return to just scanning the band, you just hit it again, and then you can go on, and you can also use this button to go up and down in the 10 kilohertz steps here. Now, I don't know of any way to change that for 9 kilohertz steps. I don't know if this radio does it or not. So but anyway, let's check out shortwave. Now, I've already kind of did a little bit of scanning around, and it's the middle of the day, so there's not a whole lot of shortwave activity, but I did find a few stations, so we'll just go through the memories here for that then. Turn it up here. Oops. I found a few Spanish language stations here. All in all, pretty good radio, little radio. Doesn't sound too bad. It's just got a small little speaker. Can't expect a whole lot, that's for sure. There is one odd thing about it, in that if you remove the batteries, you will instantly lose your clock time and all of your memories. I mean, as soon as that battery comes out, the display goes out and all your memories are gone. So what I did, and not an original idea on my part, it was somebody else on the internet had done this, but basically you just get an electrolytic capacitor. I just used what I had laying around. I believe mine is a 47 microfarad capacitor, 16 volts. Ideally, you might want something a little lower voltage, maybe a 6.3 and maybe a little bigger cap, but there's not much room in the case to put the cap. So it's kind of a size restriction thing. But basically, inside the radio, there's 2 screws underneath the battery door and 2 at the top of the radio here that you have to take off. And the radio case pops open. And inside the radio, right about here where my thumb is, is a red and black wire for where the battery connects to the radio. And basically all you do is put that electrolytic capacitor across those two terminals, and what it does is the battery will charge that capacitor up to 3 volts, because that's what the two batteries supply, and that will hold a charge long enough for you to take the old batteries out, or the weak batteries, and put in new ones and still retain your memory. Without that, as soon as you take your battery out, you lose everything. So I don't know why it was designed that way, or why they didn't have something in there to keep the memories alive for a little bit, but they didn't. But anyway, that's a little easy mod that you can do yourself. Obviously, electrolytic caps have a polarity to them. The negative side goes to where the black wire is, and the positive side goes to where the red wire is. And make sure nothing inside gets shorted out when you do that. And of course, as always, you would be performing this modification at your own risk. I did the modification, and it works long enough for me to take the batteries out and put a new set in. So all in all, pretty nice radio. Radioshack. It's a Radioshack radio. Don't know who makes it for Radioshack, but it seems to be pretty decent for what it is. The Radioshack stores are going out of business and closing, so I guess if you're interested in getting one, you ought to check your local Radioshack store and see if they still have any. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little review of this little radio. I think it's a pretty decent radio for what it is. Carrying around in your pocket or whatever, taking it with you. It's not a DX machine, but it's nice sound. I love the big display and the backlighting. That's very nice. So anyway, this is the Radio Geek. Until next time, goodbye.